Welcome guys, it's Leon Street here from businessownerelevation.com, and it is another edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. I want to welcome everybody on Facebook and everybody on Instagram. If you're watching this live, give me a hashtag live as a comment below the video. If you're watching this on replay, give me a hashtag replay so I know. And as we go through the content today, guys, make sure that if you have any questions, just drop me a comment. I will come back to the comments a bit later on and answer any questions or queries that you may have. Now, today's training, as ever, is going to take you into the realms of just simply increasing your business. So if you're a coach, like a life coach, a business coach, transformation, relationship, dating, all types of coaches, this is for you. Yeah. Now, what is today's training all about? So let me tell you how to use a simple headline formula to attract more clients like a juicy fish on a hook. Yep. So that's what we're going to take you through today, or in particular what I'm going to take you through. Now, the reason why I'm talking about a fish on a hook, because realistically, a headline is all about hooking, grabbing the attention of the reader. So whether you're doing a Facebook Live, whether you're doing a video, whether you're doing a post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, the key thing that grabs people's attention in all of those areas is the headline. Yeah. Now, you may even have a picture on Instagram, but people may like the picture just because they like the look of it. But people don't read your caption underneath your picture on Instagram because maybe there's no headline, there's nothing inquisitive or suggestive or anything that curates or creates curiosity. And that's one of the key things that you're going to need in your business to hook the right type of people. And what I see far too often is business owners, coaches, consultants who put out crap online. They have no idea about hooking the attention of their reader. So people will post things like, let's talk about business, let's talk about Twitter, let's talk about marketing, let's talk about whatever. Let's talk about. There's nothing exciting about it other than let's talk about. Well, who cares about let's talk about? And there's other people who put things out there, that really have no effect on convincing people as to whether you are the expert or the go-to authority. And what I'm going to do is show you a simple formula of how you can actually do that if you start to include this into your headlines. So for instance, if you're creating a Facebook Live where you put a video on Facebook, you will use this headline in the first part of the post text in the description you put online. If you're creating a post on LinkedIn, you'll put this headline formula, well, your headline when you use the formula, into your post at the beginning. If you're creating an article on LinkedIn, you'll use this for your article headline. If you're creating an article for your blog, you'll use this formula for your blog post. And this is all about taking your content to the next level so you hook people like a juicy fish on a hook. And it's very straightforward. So let me take you through first of all. So the first thing is the 4U's formula. So this is the simple formula. Yeah. And this is all about 4 key elements, as it says. Now, I'm reading from some notes I've got here because this is actually one of the guides that we have in our online academy for our clients. So we have an online academy as part of one of the coaching programs that we offer our clients, coaches, to go to the next level. And this is our headline formula document. And this is where all of this content comes from. So I'm going to share with you the 4 U's. So the first thing in the 4 U's is be useful. It might sound obvious, but the reality is a lot of people put a lot of crap out online and their headlines or their posts, they have no use whatsoever. Add urgency. The 4th one is be unique so that your headlines don't bore people. And the final one is be ultra specific. So those are the 4 U's, and they're the first parts of the formula. And so when you take into account be useful, add some sense of urgency, convey the idea or the benefit in some unique way, and then do all of the above in an ultra specific way, that's the first step in understanding what you've got to do with your headlines. Now, the next thing is that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different ways that you can start a headline. And I'm going to take you through some examples so that you understand how you can use it in your business. So I'm going to kick off with the how-to, and the how-to is probably the go-to headline starter for most people. It's probably one of the easiest ways, but it's a very powerful way to start a headline because it suggests a solution, i.e. I'm going to show you how to do X, Y, and Z. And a lot of people, they create great headlines. I see this, the ones who make the mistakes. And if they added how to the beginning of their headline, which probably they thought the headline was awesome already. But if they added things like how to the beginning of their headline, they would have probably much better response, probably an amazing response. Until you get into all the kind of nuances of language and target audience and whatnot. But how to is a real great one. So I'm going to read off a couple of examples for you. So how to. This comes from a famous book actually. So this shows you how powerful this particular headline is, both Facebook and Instagram. How to Win Friends and Influence People. It was the title of a book that sold in the millions. If you haven't read the book, go out, get a copy, get it on Kindle, or get it printed if you like to read it and hold it. Another how-to example, how to stand out in business and win more clients. Yeah, very straightforward. See, the thing with this opener, it allows you to use a straight benefit for the reader. So, you know, as you say how to, the benefit is revealed immediately. It's simple, very powerful, because it instantly suggests, as I said, a solution. So I'll give you one more. This breakthrough book will show you how to build a business from square one into a 6-figure asset. So that's another way. There's a bit of an intro in there, i.e. this breakthrough book will show you, and then the how to comes in. Yeah, so that's your first one, guys. So use the how to. So that's number one. The next one that you want to look at is how I. So when you're using yourself as the example, as the person who is then demonstrating the solution, it's very similar to how to, and it all comes down to the strength of the benefit used in the headline. So how I stumbled across a marketing technique that unlocked a waterfall of new leads. Yep. So there's how I stumbled across. So there's quite a bit of elaborate language, and I would say language that sensationalizes the headline, and adding sensation is a great thing to do. It's almost like looking at your headline as the blockbuster element of attracting a person's attention. So if you think of newspapers and news sites like the Times, that kind of stuff, you know, all the famous newspapers around the world, headlines are the things that sell. Headlines are the things that grab attention other than the pictures. So here's another one. Here's how I use relationships to get on more stages as a speaker. And a final one, how I turned $10,000 into over $50,000 in 3 months. So you can see those examples are really great. So think about what are the things that you've done that you could turn into how I. So that's the second one done. And remember, guys, if you've got any questions, as I said, as I'm going through this and you're not sure, just drop me a comment and I'll ask my assistant over here if you've got any comments on Facebook, and probably he'll check on Instagram too, as I can't see the phone at the moment because we're using the rear camera just so the quality is much better for you guys. Anyway, third one, how made me. So here's an example. It's very similar to how to and how I, and it shows you're willing to share a discovery. Right, so how a little known webinar secret made me £23,000 in 23 days. Here's another one. How a 3-step sales process landed me a £150,000 client contract. And here's another one. How a full stunt made me a star salesman. That's another famous headline that was used in a marketing campaign previously. So that's number 3, guys. So let's look at numbers. Numbers is our next port of call. So numbers is a really cool one because it adds probably an air of curiosity in many instances. So it gets the reader to think. So here's a couple more examples. 2 little known secrets coaches can use to unlock a stream of leads. 3 questions that will determine whether you have a profitable coaching business. 5 tools coaches can use to radically change their marketing results. So you can see there the numbers at the beginning. It might be a number to do with specific steps, specific questions. It could be a number to do with some type of value. It could be like why 1,000 blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And so use numbers because of that curiosity, and it might be the intrigue and like, wow. So that works really well. So let's move on to our next one, which is who else. So who else implies something is commonly known to the reader. And so basically, if they don't know, the who else is going to pique their curiosity. So it's almost like this is commonly known, yet the reader doesn't know about this. So curiosity and the fear of missing out. This one is good. So who else wants to finally meet the man of their dreams? So that's one way to use the who else. So let's look at another one. Why in the world would you want to read this article any further, knowing it might cost you £3,997 at the very least? And another one, who else wants to make big money in electronics? That's another classic one that I've taken from a past marketing campaign. So there we have it. That's the who else. So let's move on to are you. So are you is another good one. It's a question opener, gains attention by challenging and provoking the reader. So here are 3 examples for are you. Are your discovery calls boring your prospects to death? Are you prepared for the next wave of increases in Facebook advertising costs? How much are you worth? So those are great ones. And so, you know, again, just using another way to open up your headline. So we've done 6 now, guys. We've got 3 more to go. So these, if you're just jumping onto the training, I'm just taking you through some great ways to add a simple formula and some great ways to start your headlines to hook more prospects and more clients to buying your stuff from reading your headlines. So let's move on to secrets of. So secrets implies some kind of mystery, secrets, truths, and so on. It's just curiosity for the reader. So secrets of $1 million coach. The truth about confidence for coaches. This fantastic secret turned my life around and made me rich. Now you can use it too without a penny's risk. Yep. So that's another one that I pulled as a classic one that's been used in marketing campaigns. So there you have secrets. You can then move on to warning. So warning is all about drama, interruption of the daily norms. This headline gets the right attention because it goes to the core of fear. So warning, you probably can't do it without my help. I'll do that one again. So warning, you probably can't do it without my help. Stop. Don't chase another client. Use the V3 method and have them chase you. And here's another one. Stop dreaming and start making money. It's another classic one that I pulled out. So that one is warning. And then we're moving on to the final one that I want to give you, which is give me an aisle. So this structure implies a promise from a sales message for your product or service. It can be used in that way. So give me 30 minutes of your time and I'll turn that into £30,000 in the next 3 months. Let us help you fill your coaching programs faster. Or another one, give me 5 days and I'll give you a magnetic personality. Let me prove it for free. So there we have it, give me. So guys, I've just given you 9 ways to start your headlines. And remember, as you're using your headlines, remember, be useful. So add the benefit to the headline. Show urgency, show that it has some unique qualities, traits, and be ultra specific in how you're going to help the person who's reading. Now I've actually got one more. It's a 10th secret one. So number 10, this is the secret, and that's why I'm adding some nice sexy stars next to it. Right, here is the secret 10th way for you to attract people to your message in your headline, and it's called the mix and match. Mix and match all of these that you have in front of you. It's almost like going into a sweet shop and choosing all your favorite ones. This way you'll figure out which ones resonate and which ones work the best. Now, don't just think you're going to create one headline and put that headline out there and then that's the end of the story. The key thing in all of this is that you have to test. So, you know, one of the key things that I speak to my coaching clients about when we're working on what we're doing is I'll say to them, if you're creating a headline for your webinar or creating a headline for a new guide, create at least 3. Work out after you've created the 3 which one sounds the best. And some more great advice: when you're creating headlines, read them out, and if they roll off the tongue, generally they're on, or you're onto a winner, because the ones where you trip over words or you fumble over words, it's because it doesn't flow. A headline can only catch a juicy fish on a hook, i.e. a client, when it flows, when it sounds natural to say. And doing the mix and match with all of these will get you to a point where you figure out, this is what tends to work best for me, or this is what's worked in the past. And once you have a few things that have worked really well, you know what, do more of the same of that. That's the key in marketing. A lot of people use formulas like this, and then after a while they just forget, or they just stop using the very principles that worked for them in their business, just because they're being lazy, or they just forgot. They just didn't apply what they knew. Now, what I do know, guys, is that using this format here has helped me to generate over 1,000 leads in the past 2 months, just because of headlines. It's also helped me to attract people in to booking calls, prospects, real prospects. We use it in our emails, we use it in Facebook Live. So if you're watching this on Facebook, you'll probably see that the headline is at the top of the video that we're recording right now for you. If you're on Instagram, where you just see my pretty face and you have no headline, but hey ho, you've got some free training. If you're on LinkedIn, you will have seen marketed earlier that we're doing Facebook Live training, and you'll see lots of other posts that I put on there where I'm using this formula and these starters for my headlines. There's a few other things that you can do in your headlines to make them super persuasive and super powerful, but that I'll leave until the next time. Now guys, if you're a coach, life coach, business coach, transformation coach, executive coach, leadership coach, and you're stuck in your business, you're stuck either at a certain level, or you're stuck because you don't know where to move next, and you're looking for breakthroughs and you want to take your business to the next level, what I suggest you do, guys, is to reach out to me. I'd love for you to get in touch. Simply go to businessownerelevation.com/EBC. So that's Echo Bravo Charlie. Or you can go to www.bit.ly/talk2 and Leon. Talk to Leon. And go to that page, fill out your details, book in a call with me, and I can take you through a simple step-by-step plan to take your business to the next level. So remember, if you want to generate leads more consistently without frustration, overwhelm, or technology holding you back, or you just don't get marketing strategy, reach out to me. Let's have a chat. Send me a message if it's too difficult to remember the web address, and I'll respond to you soon. So thank you for watching. It's been another edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. I'm Leon Street from businessownerelevation.com, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Thank you.